Pull up a stool and pour yourself a pint as you're about to join three intrepid drinkers, Kevin, Justin, and Mark, as they embark on another Beertastic voyage.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Beertastic Voyage. My name's Kevin.
Transvideo and SAP, press número dos.
I want to know if you knew you were going to do that before just now.
No.
Okay, just
I
checking.
definitely didn't.
Okay, I'm just checking because that's a pretty involved one that I would have had to rehearse.
And SAP.
Yeah. So I'm Justin and Te amo Mark.
Te amo.
Tay, sorry, I didn't take Spanish. I was Italian.
Conjugating is fucking hard, bro. I don't blame you. Don't worry about it. Today we have another. I don't know if they listen. Do they listen to the show?
Who?
I assume Mike does.
Mike has to. He's got so much time to kill.
Yeah. So this is a listener/friend submission from Mike and Bree Quackenbush.
Black and white, please.
Quack and White. I still wanted them to hyphenate, but that's just me.
I wanted to hyphenate so someone at the DNB would stab him to death.
Exactly.
It's only 26 boxes.
Yeah, to have Muscle White Quackenbush would have been murderous.
Yeah.
But fantastic. Anyway, they went on a little extended weekend trip up to the Boston area, and they stopped at Turtle Swamp Brewing Company and brought us back a couple crowlers in the coolest little crowler 3-pack caddy holder that I've ever seen. And it's just like those the new 6-pack holders that they have that hold it from the top.
The non-dolphin killing.
Yeah,
ones,
the ones that only like murder, like
all the other things.
everything else, but
Yeah.
not dolphins. But it's three big rings that hold onto it with a little handle on top, and it's perfect.
It's like they knew that we were making this podcast because
We want 3 crowlers.
3 is the right number.
Yeah, apparently 3. We were right to pick
Yeah.
3.
Exactly. And it's fantastic. And we're hoping that the beers that they made are also as fantastic as the crowler technology that they're using. Little bit of backstory about Turtle Swamp. They are located in Jamaica Plain, Massachusetts, which is a couple miles outside of Boston. It's kind of in the same neck of the woods as where the Boston Beer Company original brewing area is. And this area has access from Turtle Pond and the Stony Brook brook. I don't know. It wasn't like Stony Brook Creek. It was just like the Stony Brook. But apparently it has some really good water resources in the area. So in the past, it had been an area for brewing. It's since been paved over and everything like that, but apparently still has a pretty good water supply. So these two guys, Nick Walther and John Lincecum, were buddies, and they got into brewing. And Nick has a history. He was a brewer for a couple years at Harpoon Brewing, so he kind of has a job. He has some pedigree there.
Yeah.
And John is a biochemist by trade, and was a home brewer for a number of years. It also helped out that John's brother, who consulted while they were forming the brewery back in 2017, is an owner for Seattle's Fremont Brewery. So I've never heard of Fremont or have had anything from them, but if you have, cool, let us know. But having somebody that's definitely gone through the process of creating a brewery is always a helping hand.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So the two of them got started back in 2017. They had a number of soft openings and then kind of made a big deal about it. They're in an old auto parts place, so you still have all the scroll, like the big doors that roll up and everything like that.
Yeah, the big garage doors.
Yeah, and there's a really good video on their website about how they got things started, so we'll make sure to link that in there. It's a good little interview with them, so be sure to check that out. So we've got 3 beers that they brought us back. They brought us back what's called Nick's Bitter, an American-style bitter, JP Porter, an American porter, and they also brought us a white IPA that's brewed with coriander. So I think we've got a pretty good variety of styles to try, and I'm looking forward to giving them a shot.
Yeah, this first one, the American bitter is interesting. It's weird.
Yeah, we're going to start with Nick's Bitter. It's a 4% ABV. It's an American bitter. They call it Nick's Bitter, but not angry.
Right.
But not angry ale. But never angry ale.
Yeah, but never angry ale.
Yeah, the aroma, you get this like malt-wise, it's definitely a caramel sweetness, but I would say like 75% of the aroma is a pretty, American hop.
Yeah,
I would bet my bottom dollar there's some Cascade in there.
Yeah, it definitely like grapefruit, citrusy.
Yeah, you definitely get traditional American style hop aroma in that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, for anybody who doesn't know, a bitter is an English style, and it's actually not very bitter. It's pretty much malty with just enough bitterness to balance it to not be cloying. So this is clearly an American take on that.
Yeah, with literally no hop aroma to speak of.
Right, and this one's taking it the other direction. I was a little afraid of this one at first because I didn't know if it was going to be sort of a dank bomb, kind of a slap in the face of the English variety, but it's actually a pretty decent blend of the two, even in the flavor.
Yeah, I kind of get it's almost got like an IPL kind of quality.
Yeah, it's a little more sweetness from the malt.
Yeah, but that kind of crossing over of flavors and styles, it's kind of what I feel going on with it. But
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I also don't find it anywhere near as important as an IPL.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, they definitely didn't take the bitterness to another level.
No, I think it's kind of nice. They made it. I think they did what you're supposed to do. I use "supposed to" really loosely, but when you take a style and just a traditional style and you just substitute, you don't want to change it to the local hop, but you still want to maintain the same kind of style. I think they did a pretty good job doing this. With kind of create a bitter that goes there. I think it's really good. It's not what I was expecting.
No.
And much more drinkable than I was expecting. I was expecting from New England a pretty solid hop presence, but this is nice, not overwhelming.
Yeah, they didn't neepify this one.
No, the clarity is actually quite nice.
It really is. Beautiful beer. And the amount of malt sweetness complements the much more aggressive hop character of this beer really, really well. It's very well balanced in that regard. It's not balanced. It's definitely hop forward.
Yeah.
But it's honestly it's the opposite of what you get from the English variety, where you're using the hops simply to balance the sweetness.
Yeah.
Here they're using the sweetness to really balance the hops well.
Yes. That's a very good way to put
it. I think you summed it up spot on there, Justin. This is really good. I mean, it's insanely drinkable.
Yeah, and it's also 3.8% ABV.
Yeah, it says 4 on the front.
Yeah, I think it's 4. But yeah, it's a really sessionable.
Extremely sessionable is the.
Like, I can hang out and drink this all day.
I like it more as I drink it.
Yeah, it's refreshing.
Yeah,
I think this would pair well with like any kind of meal. Like you could drink this with the meal and you're going to be set to go. Like this is.
And it's also very easy drinking. Like it's definitely not taxing on the palate.
I'm a big fan of this beer right now.
Yeah.
Like this would be a hangout. Like what are we doing? We're having burgers. We're having burgers. We're watching the ball game. We're watching. We're playing
cornhole. Whatever it is.
Like,
this fits into pretty much any part of life.
You can hang out and drink this beer. You can.
Except bowling.
Why?
The alcohol content isn't strong enough to improve my game.
Yeah. Well,
To be honest, I was never good bowler drunk because I wasn't a very good bowler sober either. So, and like it wasn't one of those like, oh hey, the drunkenness just relaxed me enough to make me good. Like, no, it just made me not know what I was doing more.
I was always far too serious about it to get really drunk while I was bowling.
Yeah.
Like maybe towards the end of a tournament or something, if I was totally out of it.
Yeah, if you were already
my personal best game was like a pitcher and a half in.
Yeah.
I used to bowl with everyone knows my friend. Well, you guys know of him or they've at least met him. I think one time, Steve Frizzetto, and I can't tell you the number of times I would just go and get him Guinness after Guinness after Guinness. I know that at the time, like I thought it was a heavy beer and all that. I know it's not, but I still watch that guy drink. I still watch that guy drink 10 in one game. He drank a Guinness for every frame he bowled.
That seems excessive.
Yeah. Listen, that's not something I can do.
No. And he was still standing. He bowled incredibly well. So
if you told me 1 per game, I'd be all on that. I could do that, no problem.
Yeah. We also, as another little tidbit for fans, if I had no family, I would be a degenerate gambler for a living. Like that would be my life dream.
Yeah.
I had to shed those weights in order to be a responsible adult, but that would be my life goal if I were ever to, like, for some reason, not have a family. But anyway, we were so...
This man is a father. He is a child.
Yeah, it's scary. But if I were... we would bowl for McChickens. Like, we would bowl skins for McChickens. You know what a McChicken is? So we would bowl. If one of us did this drive...
Is that like a 20-piece? I don't know.
No, a McChicken is a sandwich
Yeah,
at
chicken
McDonald's.
sandwich.
It's a little dollar chicken sandwich.
I never go to McDonald's.
They're terrible. They're not good at all. But they were $1 each, and it was a way we could. It was an increment we could use to gamble, basically. So we would bowl, and if one of us struck, if we both struck, it would
It's
carry
not
over.
illegal because we're not actually betting money.
Yeah, right. We would just carry over. But if when somebody missed, it was skins. You would get that many McChickens. I lost like 63 McChickens to him in a night, and this piece of shit made me buy him McChickens.
So I want to know, you pull up to the drive-thru and ask, I need 63 McChickens?
We sure as shit did that exact night. And we were not exactly sober driving.
Yeah, no. No, not another.
That reminds me of like an early Family Guy episode where he's like, I'm going to treat this family to the most expensive meal they've ever had, and he rolls into the drive-thru at like Taco Bell. He's like, yeah, I have like 6,000 chicken vaginas.
We have to hold that for 1 second because we have to rate the beer. But I'm also going to say that's not the most fucked up thing I've ordered at McDonald's. The most fucked up thing I ordered at McDonald's was after we went to the Spooky Walk.
Yeah.
When your wife had her spine torn out of her back, and I ordered 200
I was there for that one.
200 chicken nuggets.
I went, are you real?
Yeah, are you for real? Yeah, we're gonna have to make you pay for that first, but no problem. I was that kid's hero when he came to the car with the shopping bags full of chicken nuggets and ordered.
Yeah, I remember that. That was good.
That was a fun day.
But as far as rating this beer, like, it's a really good beer, and it's perfect for hanging out and bowling. Like, I would love to have pictures of this beer while drinking, while bowling. I will drink while bowling and bowling while drinking.
Right.
Episode 3.
Yeah, episode 3. Gang. This is going to be a... Ooh,
yeah, I'm in the same position you are.
Probably a growler for me. It's going to be a growler for me, but it's one that, man, like, I'd love I'd love this to be on tap at like all over the place.
Yeah.
It would be my standby beer.
I'm in the same like bomber growler situation. I think you were keg growler. I'm bomber growler, and I'm actually going to tip to bomber. I think it's extremely good, but I do think that I would want to switch it up a little bit and move around.
Yeah, I get that, but for me, like this is just one of those beers like I could just drink all the time.
I'm very impressed.
Really like it.
Yeah.
You feeling a little better now? You a little less stressed about the next two?
No, but no. This next one I'm a little stressed about, but
okay.
We'll see.
I'm with Kevin. It's definitely a growler. I definitely enjoy it. Definitely, I would polish off that growler in anything for sure.
Oh yeah.
Well, especially now that you've done a little weightlifting with Verticus Maximus. This 4%er is like, you would drink right out of the growler.
Nah, as a 4% beer, man, it's so good. It's so ready to go. Like, I would hope they would make like flats of this, like, because that's what I would grab.
Honestly, yeah.
I would grab this for parties.
This in 12-ounce cans to bring to a party would be absolutely killer.
Yeah, absolutely be killer. The next one we have is the Not a Wit White India Pale Ale, brewed with coriander. It comes in at 5.3% ABV.
That's a clever name.
It's got an impressive head, I'll say that.
It does.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I poured it second. You had the first one out of the crowler, so you always have to pour a little more aggressively.
Well, yeah.
But mine was still plenty up there too.
Yeah, I'm used to when you're judging, you have to, because you're only pouring 1 ounce.
Yeah.
You have to blast it so you can describe the head and all that other stuff. So that's how I tend to pour. Now
this is nice. It's got kind of like a what would you call the color on it? It's kind of
like gold.
Yeah.
But it's nice. It's not. It's definitely hazy, but it's a wit, so it's a.
Well, no, it's a white IPA.
White
right?
IPA.
Yeah.
So, but a white
still,
IPA.
But with coriander, so that's gonna.
Yeah, there's gonna be some stuff in there.
Yeah, it's definitely not clear by any means.
Yeah, but that's all right.
It's also not.
But I don't see anything.
No, it's not juicy.
Yeah, I don't see like chunks or anything.
Aroma wise, I'm getting the coriander. Pretty much.
It's
maybe
got
a little floral hop.
Got a hint of citrus on the nose. Overall, though, not very aromatic.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, I think there's enough of the aroma there.
Wow. I'll be perfectly honest. Other than clearly not having a wheat character, if you had given this to me, I would have been like, this is a wit.
It definitely has a restrained bitterness for a white IPA. It's definitely at the low end of the style.
Tasty. Yeah, I mean, most of the flavor I'm getting is the coriander itself, like a kind of a grainy, almost bread crust malt character.
Yes, I would agree. And definitely like a lemony lime flavor from the coriander.
The lemon is what I was trying to get to. I'm like, there's like a citrusy thing going on there, but it's really light.
Yeah.
Tastes. I'm gonna say watered down, but like not in like a bad way, but just like in a very light sense. It's a very, very easy drinking.
Oh yeah, it's definitely enjoyable and definitely, like I said, definitely more restrained.
Yeah, it's really reserved. Yeah.
Than what I was expecting based on the.
I would love to know what hops they put in it, because whatever they use plays super well with the coriander.
Yeah.
I don't see any of that info on the can, but maybe if you can pull their Google the site real quick.
Actually,
no.
Good idea.
Yeah, the site had some good info on for the descriptions, if I recall.
Cool.
But while you pull that up, like I think it's in. I would like if you didn't tell me, I would probably say it's a light wheat beer, but there's not that. But there is a little bit of sweetness to it. The coriander comes through. Again, I'm really surprised at how incredibly drinkable this beer is. You know?
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Let's see.
So the website says it is a 50-50 blend of pale ale malt and malted wheat.
Wow, so there actually is wheat in it.
Okay.
100% Massachusetts grown Rakow hops.
Okay, Rakow hops. Nice.
See, that's really interesting, because Rakow is a New Zealand hop.
Right, yeah,
so
right, exactly.
There must be something terroir-wise that's changing it, because Rakow is like a citrus bomb.
Literally sprinkled through the entire brewing process, from boil to dry hopping. A few pounds of coriander in our hop bags yields super fruity, spicy note, and purposely unfiltered, quite hazy wheat character. That's definitely true. Adds a depth of body. Tart apple notes from the coriander, plus a hint of hop bitterness and juiciness, along with fruity and earthy aromatics from the dry hopping.
A little bit of apple, I get. Yeah, okay, I can see that. Kind of like a dried apple kind of flavor. Have you ever have like the dehydrated apple
I love
slices?
those things.
You know?
I thought I was eating them at Glenn's house for Friendsgiving, but Mark corrected me.
Oh, yeah.
What? Oh, in the
in the potpourri bowl.
In the
potato
potato
chips. He was eating potato chips. He's like, "These are apple slices." I'm like, "No, it's definitely not apple slices." He was arguing with his wife, and I had to back up his wife on that.
Yeah.
On that instance.
Yeah, it was definitely not that, but it was. Yes, I do know what you mean. It was. I kind of get what they're saying. It's one of those things that I think the power of suggestion is making me a grade. I may not have come up with that descriptor myself, but there definitely is. I guess that hint in there. I don't get I mean, it's 50-50, so I'm not getting an overwhelming wheat character from it. It's interesting. I'm gonna look up what like standard Rakow, what that's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Tell me Rakow hops in there. I'm like, wow, like really?
Well, I think maybe the coriander would balance that out a bit.
I don't know. Rakow hops is power fucking hop.
Well, also they said that they kind of sprinkled them in throughout, so maybe you get them in early and you kind of deflate that a little bit.
And the other thing is sending them in as dry hops is going to give a different character as having them boiled.
That's true. They I think this is surprising. Again, twice in a row now, I've been very surprised by what it has. So now I'm very excited about the last one that we have from them. Mark, you have any other thoughts on this one?
No, just that it is rather quite enjoyable. The website doesn't give IBUs.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting to know, but.
Well, I think it'd be fairly low, right?
Yeah, I think this is a lot.
Well, that's why I said definitely it's got to be at the low end of the style for a white IPA.
What do you think it would be? Probably like the low 20s.
I would say low 30s would probably be like the low end.
Yeah. So Rakow, like standard Rakow, forget about the fact that it was grown in Massachusetts, is stone fruit and fig. So I was wrong about which one I thought it was, clearly.
According to the BJCP style guidelines, 40 to 70 would be the IBU range for a white IPA.
Right, and I
40 or
definitely think
something.
this falls. I think this falls under that, like beneath that.
Yeah,
Yeah, this would be
definitely
below
takes.
style.
But
The
it's
perception is definitely.
But
less
I
than
think
that.
this is one of those cases where like it would not do well in a BJCP competition, but I think that it would.
But
I think that's a
but it
fucking
does-
outstanding beer taste.
But it
Yes,
does
I
great in
agree.
the undertongue competition. You know, I really like this one, and this is another one that I think I could just hang out and drink a lot of. I'm gonna go with a growler on this one as well. Like I really get behind this beer, and I would drink a lot more of it too.
Yeah, this is 100% a growler for me.
Yeah.
I couldn't rate it less than that. It's super easy drinking.
Mhm.
It's such a thing to say about a lot of different beers, but this is truly my palate is clean after I drink it, and it's I still want more of it. I enjoy it. Yeah, I don't know. I think your daughter is trying to like fucking like plow upstairs, and she's like making a garden in your living room.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on out there.
It's all good.
I don't. Yeah, it's the long scrape on the floor is what freaked me out. Like the. I was like, what is
like,
that?
Like right now, like okay, that's definitely a child running around. But earlier on, there was some stranger noises that I was like, what the hell is happening upstairs?
Yeah, there's definitely times that I've heard stuff here, and I'm like, I'm afraid if I go upstairs, there's gonna be something horrible going on. Mark, where do you fall?
Where are you at?
I'm with you guys. It's definitely a growler. It's really nice. It's crisp. It's easy drinking. Definitely drink those 4 glasses.
Yeah, this is a killer. Now, this is 5.3 too. So I mean, again, not exactly a session beer, a little high for a session beer, but it's
not far off.
for our
easily.
for our well trained livers. It's pretty much a session beer.
It's lighter than Bud Ice.
It is lighter than Bud Ice.
Listen, I wouldn't feel bad having one of these and then having to go back to work.
No,
It's not that point, you know.
no, it isn't.
To me, that's sessionable. If I can have one, and not feel bad about
Can I
going
drink
back
this at the Christmas party? I sure can.
exactly. Will people look at me askance if I have this at the Christmas party?
I know I've complained to him about this, but my company's Christmas party
This
is at
sucks.
the Porsche Lounge in City Field this year.
The Porch Lounge.
The
Porsche.
Porsche.
Tomato.
All right.
You just
Whatever.
hurt a lot of people's feelings.
I don't care.
We
Because
know.
that's how much I care about cars.
No, I don't need you for that.
No, but anyway. So it's outdoors.
No.
Or is it indoors?
No, it's indoors.
Okay. So, but you're complaining that it's in Queens.
Yeah.
And starts at 7 p.m. on a Friday.
Okay. Yeah. Kind of sucks, but not the end of the world. I'm sorry. I don't work for a company that does a Christmas party anymore, so. I might get a Christmas dinner at some point.
We don't either.
Fuck
thank
you!
God.
You get like 4 months off for Christmas.
I don't want the Christmas party. I
No. You get
firmly
like
don't want it.
you get like 4 months off for Christmas, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I do. But I'm not. I wasn't. It was no complaint. I have no complaints. I'm actually super happy that I don't have to do that.
Now we do sometimes, depending on how the what the budget looks like. Sometimes we've done like a very small dinner, like only employees. Don't bring your siblings. Don't bring your
Really?
Don't bring your
Wow.
loved ones.
Holy shit. Yeah, we haven't had a legit Christmas party in a long time. Like a go out one. We have a day where you go down to and meet with everyone else.
Yeah.
Like you kind of have it used to be called a cookie party. It was weird,
Right.
but
Were there cookies?
there were actually cookies.
I will say this: the last company I worked for prior to my current employer, they went out of their way for the Christmas party. Like Captain Bill's rented out every space at every room that they have,
Wow.
and one room for everybody, and the small room was for the kids. They would have elves come in and be like clowns and do makeup and bring a Santa in for the kids. Like he did it the right way. Full meal, full big buffet for everybody, like open bar, beer, but
Yeah.
Bud Light, but hey, whatever,
Whatever.
open bar. Like
Somebody wants to buy me something, I'm happy with it.
like he did it the right way for a Christmas party, and everybody, and you bring your whole family, no questions, just bring everybody there, and everybody had a good time. So they did it the right way.
Yeah, I mean, like the bright side is that I'll probably be able to choose from like some of the color shit on tap.
Yeah.
All right, so this last one is the JP Porter. Can you hand me that can real quick over there? I think
There's nothing on the can.
I know, but I just want to get the ABV. I think it's
6.2 according to the website.
Yeah.
Yes, it just says 6 on the front of this.
All right, and it just says it's a porter.
Yes.
Is there any more details on the website?
According to the website, it is a full-bodied and full-flavored porter. Strong notes of chocolate and coffee, but without the strong roast trending to burnt notes of more traditional porter. The secret is chocolate rye malt.
Chocolate rye malt.
From Valley Malt in Hadley, Massachusetts.
Hadley, Massachusetts.
It gives color, spiciness, and a hint of sweet chocolate, and does not get too dark in the process.
I'm snapping my fingers because I'm reading the Nick's bitter description. It's Cascade.
There we go.
Yeah,
so I was right.
We knew it was a sea hop.
I know. I was very excited about myself.
Quintessential American hop right there.
Yep.
I've been
It's
all
not
over the
Cascade, it's
cluster.
Centennial, right?
What?
It's not Cascade, it's Centennial.
Or Cluster, one of the C's.
Yeah.
Cluster's definitely like the third wheel, though. But you don't see as much Cluster as you do the other two.
No, not in American beers, but like Cluster was like the big export hop from back in the day when America was like the hop source,
Right.
for everywhere.
Which we're working on. Working on getting back there.
Getting there.
So what do you guys have of aroma on this one? It's a nice, it's dark brown. I mean,
Yeah.
there's definitely light passes through it, no problem. It doesn't,
It's definitely on the American porter spectrum.
I don't mean you say hop wise. Aroma, I guess I can say.
I mean,
you're
no,
right.
between aroma and also appearance, like an English porter is not going to be this black.
No, it's true.
probably not.
Aroma wise, I mean, there's definitely some hop character on the aroma, but my number one thing on the aroma is like a medium roast.
Yeah, no, it's definitely got
It's-
a roast coffee type aroma.
Yeah, you get roast coffee.
I'm going to say that it's probably black patent malt in here and not roast barley because the head is only like an off-white, like tan at most. It's not like
They might even be getting the color all from that
Dark
chocolate
brown.
rye.
Oh yeah, that's a good point too. The chocolate
Yeah.
rye.
This is really delicious too.
It
It
is
is
delicious. I'm digging on the even before you read the chocolate rye. I didn't think there was chocolate rye in it because it's not a very common thing on a large scale like that.
Unless it's a stout that I made.
Right, exactly. But I did get some spicy, peppery notes from it, and that really works very well with the level of roast that's in it.
You know what it kind of comes out like? It comes across the same kind of feeling as like when you get like spicy chocolate, like when you get like chocolate with peppers,
Yeah,
like that. Not saying that that's what it tastes like, but the
Yeah.
sensation
the way
is
it
similar.
plays
The way
together.
you get a kind of little bit of a spiciness in the front, and then that chocolate
No,
coolness in the back.
that's a really good description of it. It's lacking. It lacks the warming sensation in my throat, but otherwise,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
it's not the capsaicin hit like that spiciness there. It's definitely the rye spiciness, but the kind of way that it's occurring on my palate is the same way that occurs. You get that spicy warmth, and then you get that little bit of sweet cooling on the back of it. And it's really pleasing. And I am like, dude, they are 3 for 3.
No, yeah,
really,
there's
really
definitely
good
a
beers.
tasty selection.
I feel like Cottonhead Ninny Muggins because we were worried for nothing.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
It's at least for us like random. It makes no sense because
Right.
on Long Island, if we were to like say Destination Unknown Brewing Company to someone in Jamaica Plain, that would be a random brewing company from somewhere else.
Right.
So that's what this is to us. So we're not sure what we're going to get ourselves into.
Yeah.
And this delivered like more than delivered what I would want from any brewery.
And this is another one that's again like even at 6% ABV, like you don't feel the alcohol. It feels really drinkable.
It really does.
It's going down really easy.
I know.
Yeah, not one thing in it is overdone. Like the roast, the hop bitterness, it's all blended together really well. It's very smooth, easily drinkable.
The only complaint I could have on this one, and it's not even really a complaint, is that I'd like the mouthfeel to be a little thicker, just a little bit. But it's very very nitpicky, like extremely nitpicky.
I understand what you're saying, and I could see how if the mouthfeel was a little more viscous, it might be interesting. But like, I'm not even worried about that. Honestly, I feel like this would be great. Like this would be a great beer back to a shot. Like this one, like you give me a shot of whiskey and I'm back with this, like that'd be a really solid, you know, way there. I really, really like this one. I hate to sound like I'm just gushing for no reason, but I really appreciate how all three of these beers have been very easy. I'm going to go back to it. Easy drinking, really flavorful, and straightforward.
Right, straightforward's the part that I like. It's sort of like when you go to a really nice restaurant.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go to them and there's just shit all over on the plate. There's 3 sauces.
Right.
And it might be good, but at the end you're kind of like, well, what really was it?
Right.
This is the opposite of that. Every single ingredient seems to have a purpose. Like when they read off the ingredients from the description,
You know the
like,
word?
I got that one. We got that. Oh yeah, and they all work well together. Perfect.
You know what the word you're looking for is? It's elegant.
Yes.
It's elegant. It's simple and effective and really well done in what they're doing.
Classy as fuck.
Absolutely.
Classy as fuck.
You know, I really like this one, and this would probably be, as much as I said the other one would be like a great beer to like bring to a party and stuff like that, and I still stand by that. This would be my go-to. Like if this was my local brewery, like this beer might be my go-to beer. Like hang out and drink this one.
No, this is definitely this is definitely like the character of this beer. This is like the beer that the friend that you're like that's like, I don't like dark beers, like they're too heavy for me. And you're like, shut the fuck up and drink this.
Yeah, give this a shot. Absolutely.
I mentioned Guinness, and this isn't Guinness because it's obviously
it's not.
yeah, but this is a beer that would debunk. It's just like Guinness really is.
Yeah.
Would debunk the myth of the super heavy
Yeah, the meal
dark
beer.
beer. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the hardest thing for debunking that is that people that I feel like the people that say that are ones that only drink light beer, you know, or light lager anyway.
Bud Light's too heavy for me. Do you have any Bud Select?
Yeah, but do you have a Mick Ultra? Because I'd really love Mick Ultra right now.
That's my mom.
I prefer
I
a
really-
margarita.
I'd really like lemon water. I'd really like yellow water. But like, this is just this would be the kind of beer that I would grab and be a great beer for me to go to. The vibe of it kind of reminds me of the Nitro Stout at Brickhouse.
Yeah.
In the sense that like, it's not overly powerful in the flavor. It's drinkable. It's solid. Like.
Yeah, it's got that roast flavor, but
Yeah, it got a little bit of the roast.
It's not harsh at all. It's very smooth.
Yeah, it's a medium roast coffee. Like it's not a dark roast. Like I would come back to this beer over and over, and I really like this one.
Yeah, they have I was just looking at their list of beers. They have one called Squashbuckle.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
it's got a
Close.
It's with a K and there's a fucking umlaut.
There's an umlaut on the
Yeah,
fucking
so I'm
umlauts.
not pronouncing it correctly for sure.
Just remember, umlauts make it a long vowel sound.
So squash.
I mean, at the same time, squash is SKW.
Right.
Umlauted A.
Right. Fuck them.
SH.
But that's a 10-7. They have something called Fine, which is apparently a sour beer that they have in a growler. So that's pretty cool. A lot of cool stuff in here. There's a hop fresh and hopped Oktoberfest. There's a lot of neat beers. This one we just had, the porter, it's probably gonna be a growler for me. I mean, it's super easy drinking, as you mentioned. All the things we talked about. It's a fantastically done porter.
I agree. It's definitely a growler for me. It is very well done, super well rounded, easy drinking. Definitely have 4 glasses of this.
Yeah, this one's gonna fall in the growler category for me as well. It's a really good beer. It's gonna be one of those ones that like I go out drinking and whoops, I had a couple too many of these and just call the Uber, call the cab because all of a sudden I drank more of these than I should have.
I just had a little splash of the Not a Wit, and as it's warmed up, you definitely get more of the hop character.
Right.
But it blends even better
With the coriander.
With the coriander in the beer. It literally got even better.
No, I mean, Mike and Bree didn't really give me that much of a review of the place or of the beers. They just said, we liked the beers. They were good. I'm like, all right. And, we brought you beers. They were good. We liked it. We got one we think you'll like. I'm like, okay. Like, that's not a whole lot to go on.
Right.
I think especially considering that we like such a wide variety of beers. But all three of these have been really delicious, and I'll re-say it again: the elegance of them. They're good, straightforward beers that want to hang out with.
They just deliver. They also it's not a lit IPA. Apparently, they have a New England style version of it as well. They have it on tap right now. That'd be fun.
They're doing good work, that's for sure.
Yeah, I would. If I find myself back up in the Boston area, I might have to make a little trip out there. They market that they're not too far from the T stop, so might have to take that trip out there and be like, hold on a second. we're gonna, it's probably about a hit. I mean, if I remember, it's the next stop. Looking at the Google Maps, it looks like it's one stop past where Boston Beer Company is, and that was what? That was probably about 20 minutes outside of Boston. 30 minutes outside of Boston.
Something like that.
Yeah,
it's
incredible. They're incredibly close.
Yeah, but it's significantly outside. It's not going to be like, you take two stops on the T and you're there.
Right.
Like it's going to be a little bit of a way out of the way, but I think
you can definitely make an easy trip from Turtle Swamp to Samuel Adams back and forth.
Yeah. It looks like it's only a couple miles. It looks like it's only a couple miles, and I know it's only one. Looks like it's only one stop on the T, so I think it would totally be worth it. And if I get it back up that way, I'm going to make sure I stop there.
Yeah, it's actually like if you get off at the Green Street stop, it's like a 2-minute walk.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
So there you go. If you've ever been up to that area and you've had some of these, please let us know about it. We would really like to see if other folks support us in our opinions here. Or if you've had them and you said, you know what, I thought it was trash, let us know why.
Tell us why we're wrong.
It looks like
we're going to tell you you're wrong, but go ahead, tell us. Or maybe you just had something there that wasn't as spectacular as these three. These three were really good. So, it's high quality beer, and I really like it. So, kudos to them, and look forward to having you in the future. You guys got anything else on them?
No. Thanks, Mike and Bray.
All right, thank you guys for bringing it to us, and again, let us know what you think. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
If you enjoyed Beertastic Voyage, please be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and don't forget to review and rate us. The guys can be found online at www.beertasticvoyage.com, on Facebook at www.facebook.com/beertasticvoyage, and Twitter and Instagram at Beertastic Show, or send them a good old-fashioned email at beertasticvoyage@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and cheers for local beers.